acknowledge the presence of the leaders, acknowledge the presence of our acting president. Thank you all very much for coming to our annual general meeting today. We apologize for the late commencement. I was asked to delay my arrival time to allow for the hall to be properly presented for us this morning after a wedding ceremony last night. So we apologize for that. That is a leadership matter between the office and the owners of the venue that we are in. As I normally do, and I begin my government addresses or wherever I am invited, we always acknowledge the traditional leaders and owners of the land we meet at, or we stand on, or we sit on. So we acknowledge the City of Weturanga and San Weturanga Rewa, City of Weturanga Suba, na Turanga na Roti Suba. We acknowledge the roles of their past leaders, custodians of the land we are on, the present leaders, and emerging leaders. Today we are gathered here for our annual general meeting. I know there have been exchanges of some angry letters, some angry emails before we came this morning. But I want us all to forget those, and we welcome each other today in the spirit of true People's Alliance. We are an alliance. We are a group of like-minded people, like-minded leaders. We have some very old members and also some very young members. So we must every day cope with the differences, our generational differences in our views about current affairs that affect our nation. But today we gather together, we all gather together. We acknowledge those that have come from overseas, Sailelea from New Zealand, and those that we have acknowledged will come from abroad to be with us. And also from those who have come from the islands. Welcome. As we begin our meeting today, I just want to remind us of who we are. This is the party manifesto. And what defines us are our vision, our mission, and our values. Our vision was to establish a united, prosperous, and happy nation that is resilient and thrives on a vibrant economy. Nanonda Raya. Menda Tawitaka. Na viluta ke na kautawata mai na duavata, na alovata. Dona matang tu rambula mama rau na levena. Embula sautu kan day. Resilient in day. Kaya day talaga na kanang bula bagay Kaya kauko bagay to establish a united, prosperous, and happy nation that is resilient and thrives on a vibrant economy. Our mission as a party, nanondo to taketes and nanondo to sasanga, what we set out to achieve is to govern the country. We set as our mission governing the country, not just getting into parliament. Our mission was to govern the country as one nation under God in a just, democratic manner and deliver an enabling environment for all citizens of Fiji to live decent, productive, and honorable lives, respecting their human rights and civil liberties and championing the paramountcy of the rule of law. And the Bingon to Zoko and the Bosikina, and an on-the-way division, and on the Wachwasiwa Sana, Siva Koro, Mendan Kilachiko. Why did we set the party up? What was it set up for? The mission of the party, to govern. Then in a coalition, we wanted the people to believe that we were capable and vote for us. We were capable of governing the country. And our values, rule of law, people first, unity in diversity, strategic leadership, and good governance. Nakaitika na the manifesto. Kaya so we came ni sasya na nondra, na krewe General Secretary, mena printa leso, mena chiko mataboli kay kanda na veli takya na vei wasawasi ni song song. We keep reminding ourselves of our vision, our mission, and our values. As we sit to have our meeting this morning, we remember all the harsh criticisms we have received during the year. And since we came in as a major party in the coalition, we have had many finger pointing, some directed at us, some directed amongst us. And the Sadusi and the Savindusi terjunga wakaikan. Tutorongnya na report sa ngar tutunggo. Sanando na nom do pachili do na bosin matakan. Turong ko rin pagkataw na linsong song. Sino pagkataw yaw? They asked me yesterday if we were going to have a new party leader today. I said, that depends on what the party members want. I told them, as far as I'm concerned, the agenda today does not have that. It could even rise from the floor of the meeting. So I leave it to the acting president. And one of the very first items on our agenda is to, first of all, substantiate the appointment or elect a substantive president. But that cannot be done because we have not called for nominations. So what we can do is confirm the acting president. It's one of the very first agenda items on today's thing. But today I just want to give us a general address as the party leader. Yesterday I called His Excellency the President of the Republic of Fiji. He had just had a meeting with His Majesty King Charles III of England, United Kingdom, and his other realms. And here this meeting with the king and wrote me a long letter. Remember, he was going as the president of our country, not going as a member of the party. As you all know, that he had to resign his membership when he was appointed Speaker, and then later on elected on the floor of the House to be our president. So we cannot dictate to His Excellency what he says to His Majesty. But it's comforting for me as party leader to note what he had raised with His Majesty. And most of the issues raised with His Majesty were central, are central in our party thinking, in our party vision, in our party values. So I want us all to be committed to this vision and the values and the mission we have. We will always have differences. No organization has ever had a totally united view and value among the members. So we accept those as normal in human organizations, societies, and groups. Well, I encourage you to speak out. I encourage you more to speak out within the cells and let the communication channels be open. Not too much of broadcasting our feelings in the media, regular media or social media. Come through our party channels, because we get better, meaningful responses when we communicate in accordance with our communication channels in the party. And I encourage you to use those. And I encourage the leaders to please be attentive. This week we've had 2 town hall meetings, one in Tavua and one in Ba. And the very first thing I tell the public who come to those meetings is that we want to demonstrate that we are a government that listens. And they come up with their questions and ask, but what are you doing about this? Are you only listening? Are you only speaking? What about doing? In the last meeting, when I closed the meeting in Ba 2 nights ago, I said to them, or during the meeting, a lady came up with a little boy. I moved to the side, we had our photograph taken. Then she went back with a little boy. I apologized to the meeting after, and I said to them, during the meeting you saw me walking to the side of the stage, having a photograph taken with a lady and her, I thought, her son, but it was her friend's son. That lady came to thank me and the government for arranging at the very last minute to get a band to perform or to play at their cadet unit's passing out parade at the grounds in Ba. She sent me a Viber message and said, "Sir, can I come and shake hands with you and have a photo taken with you? I want to thank you for what you did for the school." So at the end of our meeting in Ba, I said, "We have received many complaints we have received many requests. But if you all remember the story in the Bible about the 10 lepers who were healed by the Lord Jesus Christ, all went away and realized that they had been healed. Only one returned to thank our Lord. We have so many complaints coming up to government. Very, very few ever come back to say thank you. So we remember the complaints because they come up on social media. We never see anybody thanking the government on social media. So do not be discouraged. Do not be discouraged. Keep your communication lines open to the leaders. Listen, because we say that we are a government that listens, and we are a majority part of that government. So today, as we have our annual general meeting, we will be receiving your reports. And we will also be laying the foundations for our selection of our candidates. And the General Secretary will give us an update on how many people have applied. And we should now be thinking about fighting the next general elections. We have come a long way. We have achieved a lot. Not much of it is publicized, but we have. But the values that we set out to show the people were communicated in his capacity as the President, by His Excellency the President, to His Majesty the King, and you will note in the next few days the execution of many of these decisions which reflect very closely what we value, what we set out to do. One of them was to re-establish the Council of Chiefs. Now, His Majesty would like to receive a delegation from the Council of Chiefs in London. On the meeting on the 25th of this month, the Great Council of Chiefs meeting on the 25th of this month, they will deliberate on that request from His Majesty. That was one of the issues in our manifesto, what we came out to do. There are others. There are some negative things that we have attracted in our cleanup campaign. Some are ongoing. We are not allowed to talk about them because they are before the courts. So we respect those. But for today, we meet together. We thank you for coming along. Thank you for the reports that have been brought to the attention of the general meeting. And thank you also for those that have contributed to the funding of this meeting. I believe the members of parliament have been invited, the ministers have been invited, I have also been invited, and we will contribute whatever we can to make this meeting a very successful one. I was told to bring some Yangona, it is there. I hope it's not brought in during our meeting. But I hope, Mr. Acting President, that you have a very good meeting, and all members and delegates, that you will enjoy today's annual general meeting 2025. William.
On behalf of the executives of the party leader, the senior vice president, the vice presidents, the deputy party leader, and the secretariat, I would just like to take this time to welcome all of you who have come from far and wide to be here this morning for our annual general meeting 2025. We welcome our ministers who are here. Thank you for attending, and we thank all those who have found it quite a bit hard to get here. Those who have traveled from far, those who came from the west may have left early, very early this morning. And we also have here those who came from the north. And I believe we also have some who have come from the maritime areas. And even we have some from overseas. From New Zealand, I can see Mr. Lelea here. And I haven't seen my good friend from Australia. But thank you for making the effort to come here this morning and attend this AGM. It indicates your faith, that you believe in something that is true, something that you know, you believe in a government, in a party that is here for the country, and the party that is here to stay. It's been here for quite a while.